You know, we don't get Hall of Famers in the Buzz Zone very often. Now, we had a guy named Largent a couple of times, but the great Emmitt Smith has joined us here, a Dallas Cowboy, one of the greatest running backs in the history of the National Football League. But wireless is the focus these days. And Emmitt, first off, thank you for joining us here. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
Tell me about the Prova Group and why you're holding that football, what it's all about right now.
Well, the Prova Group was a concept that was derived a little while ago, where we're trying to create consumer experience by providing them with an authentic item. I know authenticity is something that is thrown around quite a bit, and for the last 20 some odd years, most people are accustomed to holographic images and so forth, and COAs. What we've done, we've inserted a NFC smart tag into this particular football, where we can archive and trace the origins of the
So you just use your smartphone
so I can use my
to activate the chip?
Yes, I can use my smartphone to activate the chip, and we're able to capture not only the origin of the football, where it was originated from, but also what game it actually played in and what happened in the course of the game with this particular football. Those are some of the things that we're doing. We're able to do it with helmets, we're able to do it with jerseys, we're able to do it with autographed items. There's so many other things. We can put it in baseballs. We do a number of different things. And having the ability now that Apple made its big announcement yesterday with NFC components within this new iPhone 6 and iPhone 6 Plus, Samsung has the Android-based phones already have the NFC technology in it. Now we have the best of both worlds. So the consumer who's out there with the smartphone has access to not only our smart tags, but now the technology to read them.
So we're talking about really anti-counterfeiting.
Right, we're actually trying to equip the consumer with the option to not only scan our tags, but be able to get content on that particular item and know whether or not this item was real and where it originated from, and allow them to make whatever decision they want to make, whether or not they want to purchase it for $500 or if it's valued at $1,000. That's their opinion, that's their decision, not ours. But we want to give them information so they can make a much more informed decision.
So where did you come up with the idea for this?
Well, for me, the idea came about back in 2002 when RFID was just starting to hit the scene. And it was the year which I was chasing after the Walter Payton all-time leading rushing record. And
got it.
And yes, but I decided that in that year was the year that I had a chance to break it, so I went out and bought 20 uniforms myself, 20 game-used uniform that looks like the one that I was going to wear on the Dallas Cowboys field, and I had them all tailored for me, just like the one I would normally wear. And so I put Mr. Jones' stuff, I wore his stuff during the preseason, then I kept my stuff and started wearing it during the course of the season. And the day that I broke the record, I wore 4 different uniforms, 4 helmets, 4 jerseys, 2 pair of pants, 4 pairs of shoes, 4 pairs of gloves, and I was able to archive everything that we had. And so that's where the idea came about, and it started from an inventory and tracking standpoint, then I extended it to actually an authentication component, which was something that's very much needed in the sports memorabilia market, where it's heavily fraudulent.
It seems like, though, that the application goes well beyond sports.
It does.
That you have an opportunity here. If I think about counterfeiting, in terms of retail,
right?
That's a pretty big world
right.
that could be facing a really good solution for a big problem.
Well, I haven't seen a solution as strong as this one in the years that I've been living on this planet, and now that this technology is readily available, and the mobile phones have matured to the level where now internet access and apps and everything else is part of the culture that which we live in. This is the right opportunity, the right time. I've been waiting for this technology and this time to take place, the convergence of all of this stuff to come together at one particular time, and that time is now. And with Apple making this big announcement yesterday, and Apple is utilizing the technology obviously for the mobile wallet and the pay system, and there are going to be others that have come around and utilize the technology for other things. And what we're trying to do, we're trying to protect brands, NFL brands, consumer brands, my personal brand, brand goods, companies, and et cetera, by being able to give them some information, give them a process and procedure that we believe is one that absolutely works. Give them something, give them some tools to fight against or combat fraudulent activity.
So I hate to do this because you're so excited and you're so positive and exuberant, but I can't let you go without talking about the Cowboys.
Okay.
All right. All right. 8-8, 8-8, you know, they got a string going on here.
And we started out 1-1 right now, so.
They're going to break it this year? What do you think about the Cowboys in 2014?
You know what? We are challenged. We really are truly challenged, and we have our work cut out for us. But we definitely have talent offensively. We have some guys defensively that are working their behinds off, trying to obviously play the game the way it's supposed to be played. But I'm not sure if we have enough talent defensively to withhold the onslaught of another opposing team that has as much talent offensively as we do. And so watching the very first game was very heart-wrenching. We ran the ball extremely well. We turned the ball over, which we cannot afford to do when our defense is not as strong as it needs to be.
Right. It sounds like Coach Emmitt Smith is in the future here. You got a pretty good read on it, but I think you got a pretty good thing going here too.
Well, I think this is something that can help revolutionize the way authentication is looked upon.
Well, good luck, and I appreciate the time here in the Buzz Zone.
Thank you.
You bet.